shit straight. Hey everybody, John Michael here for the Hanover Hangover. Please like and subscribe to the Hanover Hangover, and we can keep things rolling here. I'm going to ask you like 17 more thousand times. So just so you know, subscriptions don't cost anything. They aren't. You don't have to pay for this. It just tells YouTube that hey, you like what I'm doing and you support what I'm doing, and then eventually maybe I might get a nickel back or something like that. Just please subscribe is what I need, really. There's a little thing here I could put up called little that, yeah, and it says subscribe, and then I take this and I move it up to, yeah, so it's in front of me. There you go. So please like and subscribe to the Hanover Hangover, and there it is. And please let me know, in your comments, let me know what you think. How am I doing? What can I do better? That's really important, because if I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I don't know what I can do better. That's pretty much it. But on that, I would like to bring to you Mr. Zach Coffman. He is from the Peach State here in USA, which is Georgia, for those who are not familiar with the United States and their states. Zachary Kaufman, he is 18 years old. He is a singer. He is a songwriter. He is a composer. He plays guitar. He plays the bass. He plays the drums. He plays the keyboard. And he's recently picked up the violin. He wants to get into the violin right now, which is really cool. So, hey, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Zach Coffman.
Change your eyes to fit the same. Long socks and boat shoes. Just to know I don't wanna be like you. Hiding under that fakeness, when inside you know you are lost and confused. Well, I hope you know you're just like everyone else. All you want is your flame. All you want is
Hey, everybody, that's Zach Coffman. Wow, what an amazing artist. That's one of his originals.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. So when did you write that?
So I wrote that, I think I was 15, and it
Wow.
was one of the first original songs I actually wrote on the acoustic guitar. And I'm just trying to figure out ways to add drums to it and everything now for my album release.
Uh-huh.
But I wrote that when I was about, I would say 15.
Wow, that it's about a girl, right? Is
No,
there really?
actually. Yeah, no, it's actually about fake people, actually. Because
Mm,
so, I've been homeschooled my whole life, and seeing, I don't know, going downtown to like my local city and stuff, I see a bunch of people who they kind of like all act the same. Pretty much, there's no characteristics. They all act like everyone else. So that song is just really about people who all act the same and they think they're the stuff, but really they're just like everyone else. And, hopefully one day they'll find their way and, you know, make it in life to where they can find and be more unique about themselves. But the song's really about fake people. And,
oh, well, that worked. Yeah, that's cool because a lot of people are just they want to. I don't know. They all want to be a Kardashian, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, they all want to, there's just like there's little trends that go around about, you know, I don't know, like what to wear and how to act. And you just see everyone acting that same way, and it's like, just act yourself and, find who you are, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's kind
be
of what that
yourself.
song is about. Yeah, exactly. Be yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're 18 years old. You wrote that when you were younger. Now, where did you get the inspiration to be a musician?
So, oh man, that goes back a long time. So I started piano because a place where I went to, it's a co-op group called Summit Academy. And a place where I went, they started offering piano classes. And I was like, I think that'd be pretty cool to do some piano classes, kind of get involved into some instrument because, growing up, I've always been, around music. My parents, involved me with, Zeppelin, The Who, and, Lenny Kravitz and all those other different bands, at a very young age. And, so music has always been a part of my life. So I took piano for a little bit, and then, I took that for about, I want to say 8 or 9 years. And then I found guitar at, I want to say 11 or 12. And what really inspired me to play guitar was, one of the biggest inspirations was my older brother. He started playing the guitar around probably when he was about 8. And, watching him play and get better just, kind of sparked this flame in me to kind of want to achieve, something similar like that with all these various different instruments. And so I go up to Christopher, who's my older brother, and I was like, dude, can you just teach me like one lesson on the guitar? Just teach me some tablatry, because he was going to some studio where they taught tablatry. Tablatry is a form of reading guitar. And he taught me that. And after that, I've been hooked since. And, what made me keep going is, I remember watching Wasting Light by the Foo Fighters live on YouTube. And I mean, watching Dave Grohl just jam out, and, Nate Mendel and Pat Smear and Chris, I mean, they just all freaking killed it. And I remember watching that and I was like, holy smokes, I want to do that one day. I want to do that one day. So that's where the inspiration kind of come from and how I started music. And, I've been self-taught ever since. And it's just been kind of going on like that ever since.
Wow. I envy you guys who can play and just go at it like that and just pick these things up like it's nothing. Because I be honest with you, I've tried many times to be a musician, and it's just not in my blood, not in my gene, not in my whatever. And I just want to thank every musician who's out there for what you do, and it's not easy. I know it's not easy, and there's a lot of dedication and a lot of time involved.
Well, I appreciate it, man. That's, I will say this, the biggest advice I can give is that, it's never too late to start anything. No matter if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, there's always a time for you to start something. And even if you completely suck at it, you can at least say, I've tried it. It doesn't work. I can move on.
Right.
Yeah. So I definitely have to say, it's never too late.
So you said you were I'm sorry, you went to homeschooling your most of your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh God, you got to stop calling me sir.
Yes. Yes, dude.
Dude, there you go. That works.
Sorry.
I don't want to be a sir yet. I don't earn that. Didn't earn that yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So is there a reason that you were homeschooled, or is it just parents' choice?
So yeah, it was parents' choice. So I guess they just didn't like what was going on within, this private and public schools. And they were just like, I think I'm gonna stay home and teach my kids. And my dad works a full-time job, and my mom was a teacher, and she's an art teacher. So she worked at, I want to say it was Scholar Skilled, which was another local little school, and she got the offer to go work at Summit Academy. But anyways, it was parents' choice, and I gotta say it was probably one of the best choices they ever made, because being able to stay at home, do my schoolwork on my own time, to where I can get done, enough to stay down in the studio all day long and work on music and play music. I mean, that is such a big blessing to me, and having that opportunity really made me find what I want to achieve within my life, and find what God sent me here to do and everything. And that's just such a blessing to me, and I thank them 100 times for making that choice, because I guarantee you, if I went to public or private school, I would be a completely different person now, and I would probably be exactly how I wrote that song about. Be exactly like those people.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad influence in public school.
Especially nowadays. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the stuff I'm seeing is just, it's so sad to me. I know not everyone's like that, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't know, what I'm seeing recently is just kind of sad.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Now you also play the piano, and you play a bass, and you're working on your drums.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, dude.
And you're going to college.
I am. So
now, what college are you attending?
So I'm attending Toccoa Falls College. It's a really cool college that's like up in North Georgia from where I live, and I'm doing it all online so I can stay at home and work on the music. But it's really cool. It's allowed me to, like I said, stay at home and work on music and be with my family, and also still have somewhat of a social life at the same time, and not just like completely go balls to the wall, straight focus on college and, not really anything else. And so yeah, I go to Toccoa Falls College, and I'm going for a associates in business and arts. And then probably when I get that, I'm going to transfer to some other school for music production. I'm really looking into starting my own studio. And, I've been really enjoying mixing all my Instagram videos and mixing others people's work as well. So, that's been so much fun. So that would definitely be something I'm interested in and would go into.
Yeah, that's a whole other career that you could have. Besides, yeah. So what part of Georgia are you in? Without actually, you don't have to give away your town or whatnot unless you want to.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like smack dab in the middle of Georgia, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm like, without giving away my location, I'm like an hour away from Atlanta, probably. So it's like we live in a pretty rural area, so there's not like a lot of people around. We live in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. But yeah, I live about, I want to say like an hour or an hour 20 from Atlanta. So
yeah, that's probably the best place to be, away from most people, to be honest with you.
It's nice. It's nice being an introvert. It's really nice to have that getaway,
Yeah.
So, it's really nice to have that kind of, I don't know, break from people when I need it.
Right. Now, I found you on one of the social media sites, or, well, let's just say we connected through the social media site, one of the social media sites. And I got to tell you, man, you got it going on. I could see I could see you in 5, 10 years, maybe not even that long. You're gonna be up on the big stage one day.
Oh man, I really appreciate that. That's a pretty big compliment. That's a big dream of mine, and that would absolutely, oh my gosh, that's my dream career. Going
Right.
around the world, playing on stages and experiencing the world and doing music at the same time. I'd bring my family with me, I'd bring my friends with me, and oh man, that would be an absolute dream come true right there.
Right. So you stated that your brother also plays.
Yeah, yeah. So
Did you
yeah,
guys do something together? Do you guys have
so
something?
yeah, so that's actually a funny story. So me and him, so I started a band 2 years ago, and we're called Intention,
Hmm.
right? And it was me, my brother, one of my good friends, Anthony, and another one of my friends named Nick. And Nick's the drummer, Anthony's the bassist, Christopher's the lead and rhythm, I'm vocals and lead guitar. And we would also switch instruments. So like Anthony would go to guitar and vocals, and I would go to bass, and we would just switch like that. It was pretty cool. So many projects I'm working on, like Dahlia is this all acoustic album I got going on. Then I got this other project I got going on, which is going to be, a one-man band kind of deal with electric guitars, kind of similar to the Foo Fighters debut album, how Dave Grohl took over everything and did it
Right.
himself. That's something I'm trying to get down, and I'll do that after I work on Dahlia here, and then also getting these original songs that were made by the band Intention up, so people at least can hear it, put it out there. I don't care if my music makes it big or not. I just enjoy doing it, and you know if someone can pull something positive out of it, or relate to it in some kind of way, that's enough for me. That's awesome.
Wow. That's great. So you do have some albums that are out there, um, or some songs that we could get on Spotify?
So I actually not yet. So what I did is I had a few on there. I had an album called Unhinge, which was my first ever album I ever put out there. It was more of an EP, and I made that when I was like 12 or 13, and it's all acoustic work. It's nothing, there's no vocals or anything. It's just all acoustic. And then after that, about a year or two later, I put out another EP called Diversity, and that was I think I had like 5 songs on it, and it actually had Flame on it before I added drums and bass to it and everything. But that was my first EP with vocals on it, and that was kind of a big step for me because I've always been pretty insecure when it comes to my voice. I've never been a singer. I've self-taught myself singing for the past year and a half, or about 2 years almost. No, 2 years because the band's been together for 2 years. So that was I was really nervous when I put that out there. But I took all that down because I'm about to release this album, which I have out, which is going to come out soon. It's called Dahlia, and that's going to be a whole one-man band. I'm doing the drums, the bass, the vocals, the guitar, and everything. And I think that's got I want to say 11 or 12 songs on there.
Right.
And I'm really looking forward to that because I've worked on this album for probably it's taken me, I want to say like a year to make, and then now I'm kind of putting it all together and recording it and getting it going. So I really want to take my time with this one because those past two were really rushed, and they didn't please my ear very much.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes, we are our worst critic.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and when somebody else listens to it, they say, "Wow, dude, that's just amazing." But I'm interested now. How did you get hooked up with the drummer from what is his name from Van Halen? How did that arrangement or interaction come about?
So so it was actually the bassist. It was actually the bassist, and he's in his old band. I think they're called like Bad Candy or something like that, right? And the drummer of the band, Nick, who completely left,
Mhm.
his sister is famous out in California for fashion. She does fashion and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I think that was like her roommate at one point, and they've been friends since. And we kind of got in contact with him, and he mixed everything, and it was, oh man, it was awesome just to have that. For him to want to do that was phenomenal. He did an awesome job, and it added like a weird kind of 80s feel to like what our sound was. So it was it made it sound really cool, but weird. It was really cool though. It was really cool. But yeah, so our drummer sister, or our ex drummer sister, she's out in California, and she's pretty big up in the fashion over there.
Do you want to give her a shout out? It's up to you.
Yeah. So her Instagram is like Sam X Faz, I believe, and you can find her on Instagram, and I think she has like a YouTube as well. So be sure to check her out. It's pretty cool to that she had that hookup and gave us that opportunity. That's something that I'll remember forever. That's a big that made. I mean, I was like completely baffled. I mean, it was crazy. It was awesome though. It was awesome to have that opportunity, to communicate with someone who's played with David Lee Roth. And I think they opened up for Kiss during that time. And like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to someone who, is the real deal,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great how everybody's connected in the music industry.
Oh yeah.
And it's good to have people that can guide you and tell you what to stay away from and who to look out for, and some bullshit that some of these big recording studios try to get away with. That you go into this naive, you have no idea, and you have to take everything with a grain of salt and just really analyze what they're saying and read the fine print and understand the fine print. That's the big thing to it, because they swap the meanings of words around, and it sucks.
Oh yeah. He gave us some advice when it comes to doing stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, for him to give us some advice on how to, go around all the BS, So I thought that was pretty cool.
Right. It's a different time now with the electronics and the internet and how everybody can record themselves pretty much at home and getting out there. You don't really need the big label companies anymore. And I think that it's really created a problem for them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I've noticed that, I've kind of always liked the idea of doing things, myself, if that makes sense. I've, being able to have that control over my original work is something I absolutely, love the most, because I'll sit here. The way I record is so funny. I'm a perfectionist, so, it's got to be perfect to my ear. And I'll sit here and I'll go over the same vocal line over and over and over and over and over and over. Man, if I was in an actual studio by a record label, I bet you they'd shoot me. They would get so annoyed by how many times I'm being like, I went off key just like the smidgest right there, and I got to redo it, or it's just going to pick at me for the longest of time, on the same
right. Because you know what you want.
Exactly.
And you know what you want people to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So you're on Instagram also, correct? So how would people get a hold of you?
So yeah, so if you want, you can just find my Instagram. It's Zach.Coffman. And I do all kinds of, different stuff on there. I started up a new series. It's called a one-man band series. And it's where it's kind of pretty self-explanatory. It's where I do one-man band covers. I'm doing all the instruments. And I also do, this segment called Tools Day. Tool is my favorite band ever. Adam Jones and Maynard, they're my biggest, inspirations when it comes to music. And so Tools Day is where, I cover a Tool song and I upload it on Tuesday. So that's pretty cool. And then, I'll sometimes throw in other various different covers and sometimes some original music. And I'll even put out, some little reels of some, live performances of some various bands that I think, people need to check out and need to hear, So yeah, you can find me at Zach.Coffman on Instagram, and you can also find me on TikTok as well. And I'm pretty sure the handle on that one is Zach Coffman _ or Zach.Coffman _ and I pretty much post the same thing I post on Instagram onto TikTok. So
yeah, it's crazy how you have to share the same thing on all these different platforms.
Oh yeah. And it's crazy. It's crazy how the algorithm works as well. The algorithm is it can be so beneficial to you and so stupid. Like, for example, like that one video I have of me playing a riff. It was like this song I came up with, and it's actually, I'm gonna play it for you when I get another chance. It was like this riff that had a very, it had a pattern. It's like had a descending pattern. And I posted it on TikTok, and I didn't expect for it to do anything. I was just basically jamming on the guitar.
Do you want to play
And
that riff? Do you want to just
I'll play
that
the
riff
riff.
that you're talking about?
Yeah,
And
I'll play the riff.
Then we'll go into the song.
Yeah, gotcha. So the riff, it's very, I don't know if you've heard, but like it's a very common riff that people use. The Foo Fighters used it, Marshall Tucker used it. I think that band's called Blind Faith. Can't Find My Way Back Home, or some band like that. Oasis use it. I mean, all these various different people use this kind of descending bass line. And all it is a descending pattern. So it sounds like. Oh, hold on, my guitar's a little bit out of tune. There we go. Okay, so it's a little descending pattern that sounds like this. Kind of like
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's something that I just was kind of fiddling around with. And like that thing, I mean, I was not expecting it. It's almost at like 200,000 views right now. And it just keeps going up and up and up. And, but the thing about the algorithm I was talking about, that video will get 200,000 views. And then I'll post another video and it'll only get like 300 views. I could post the same exact video and it'll only get like 300 views. It's crazy. It's just, I find it crazy how that stuff works.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out ever since I started this podcast. It doesn't make sense to me. I originally started this show as a 1 hour show on Sunday nights at 6:00. That was the whole idea. Okay. At the end of the week, it's Sunday. We're all a little hungover a little bit. We just trying to relax, and that didn't work. An hour is too long, and then I had to cut it back and cut it back and cut it back. And what I found was these shorts, or the IMTVs, them little ones, those seem to be better.
Yeah, totally. I'll tell you, in my opinion, when it comes to posting on social media, the shorter is honestly the better. Because, I think you were talking to me about this the other day. People's attention span is a lot, nowadays with the with how Instagram and TikTok and, all these other various different platforms work. They're used to seeing so much information within, 1 minute, 30 seconds, or, maybe even a minute, 30 to 2 minutes, and, watching a whole, hour-long thing. I just don't think that, they would have the attention span to, stick around that. It's stupid that, the attention span is honestly so low. But, keeping it shorter is definitely the move to go. That's why I usually keep my Instagram videos around a minute. I think that's even the max you can do, unless you want to upload to IGTV, of course. But keeping around a minute for like, covers and stuff is definitely ideal. And I would definitely say, a nice 30-minute long podcast or 40 minutes is definitely a good time as well. Right.
So do you want to break into a next song?
Yeah, totally. So let me my guitars keep going out of tune for some reason. All right, so this song, it's actually funny. I wrote this song, I think, last week, and it's called Black Night Sky. And when you asked me to be on the show, I was like, oh, I want to play this because it involves the riff that, blew up on TikTok and stuff. And it's at the end of the song, because a lot of people were saying, oh, it sounds like Can't You See, or it sounds like Can't Find My Way Home, or, it sounds like Oasis and all this stuff. So I didn't really want to make it the main riff of the song, So I just went in and made it the outro to the song. This is going to be the last song on the on my album Dahlia, which I got coming out. And it's just going to be me and the acoustic guitar, kind of like an unplugged version, pretty much. And so, yeah, it's called Black Night Sky, and it sounds like this. Let me grab some water real quick.
Yeah, you said your allergies are getting to you, and
oh my god,
I can imagine.
It's crazy, it's allergies. When you're a singer, they are not your best friend. It's awful, and it sucks because when you try and hit a higher note, you tend to go more nasally, and then your voice will break, and it's just embarrassing. So I'm gonna try my best to do this.
It's okay, dude. It's not a
without that
recording
happening.
studio. This isn't gonna make or break your career.
So, all right. So yeah, so I wrote this song last week, and it's called Black Night Sky. Let me pull up the lyrics right here. I know I can't even memorize my own lyrics yet.
Well, it's tough to do.
All righty. Let me set this stuff up real quick. So, all right. Running through this life, a race it seems to have no end. Trying to live up to the ways I can't comprehend. Expectations up too high. Failing even when I try. Falling through the black night sky tonight. Falling fast. Cannot see my path. Will I find my way back home? Look now, look and see. Is this destiny, or is it all my self-pity? Jealousy, agony, a memory. Bleeding through my eyes, it seems to want to say goodbye. It's hard to say goodbye when the world you loved has died. Overthinking takes my breath away. Overwhelmed takes my heart away. Falling through the black night sky tonight. Falling fast. Cannot see my path. Will I find my way back home? Look now, look and see. Is this destiny, or is it all my self-pity? Jealousy, agony, a memory, a memory, a memory. Memory, yeah. You bleed for
not see my path? Will I find my way back home? Home. 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 All right, thank you.
Thank you, Zach. That was great, dude. And I'm sure folks at home are going to be clapping too.
I appreciate that.
That's got a really cool sound to it. You got some good lyrics there.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't know what more I could say about that, but I think that's going to be a hit.
Oh, thanks, man.
I think you're going to be a hit. That I know. I can tell.
I really appreciate that, man. I really do.
So before we end the show, is there anything you'd like to add?
I would like to say, thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome. This has been an incredible opportunity. I love the conversations me and you have had, and I've loved, meeting you and getting to know you. You have an awesome podcast going on here. The name is original. It's awesome. The concept behind everything is, like I said, original. And I love how, you're doing it, for the people. You're doing it for the musicians. You're doing it because you want to do it, and you're doing it to help out, musicians, up and coming musicians. And that's awesome. And I want to say I appreciate that a lot. And that means a lot to us musicians who, it just means a lot. Words can never express how much that means to a music community. And, people like you are awesome. And that goes a long way.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. So question, would you want to be on a UK internet radio?
Yeah, that would be incredible.
I have a friend who has a friend who I got in contact with an internet radio in the UK, and they love American artists. They love American.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that would be like absolutely insane. That would be killer. That'd be awesome. I'd enjoy that so much. That'd be awesome.
I'll give you the connections off the air, and we'll see what happens with that. It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. I appreciate that. I would enjoy that so much. That'd be insane.
Yeah. So with that said, I want to thank you again for coming on the Hanover Hangover, and you keep up the good work, and we'll stay in touch. And we'll just is there anything else before we stop the show? Shout outs to anybody.
Shout outs, of course, follow me on Instagram at Zach.Coffman, and, shout out to, my family for, always supporting me and, getting me to where I am today. And shout out to all my friends and family and, people like you and people who support, local musicians and musicians in general. Without all you guys' support and appreciation, we wouldn't be able to do what we want to do and wouldn't be able to have a community to be involved in something like this. So, I just appreciate all the love and all the support. And that's pretty much about it. I appreciate you having me. Like I said, it's an awesome experiment.
This podcast was an accident, actually.
Hey, it's a happy accident. Okay.
Yeah.
A happy accident.
Yeah. We'll see where this goes.
It's awesome, man. You know, like I said, I love what you're doing here. Keep up the good work. It's definitely going to go.
Well,
somewhere.
thank
It's
you.
definitely gonna
Thank
go
you. I
somewhere.
appreciate that. I really do. So, okay, we're going to say goodbye from the Hanover Hangover, and we're just going to wave to everybody and keep an eye out for Zach Coffman. Keep listening to his Instagrams and all the support you can give him would be awesome. And as always, like and subscribe to the Hanover Hangover. That always helps. And we're going to say goodbye. Goodbye, Zach.
Hey, goodbye, man. You take it easy. All right.
All right, we're good.
All right. Awesome.
I
Sweet.
put that marker up there.
Perfect.
Just helps me do the editing.
Yeah, exactly.